Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Juliet, also known as Crypto Queen. So today I want to especially welcome everyone who made it to this webinar today to Crypto Queen Academy. So in Crypto Queen Academy, our focus is on capacity building. We help youths or anyone who seems to be interested in cryptocurrency to learn basics of crypto and strategies on how you can basically trade independently without leveraging on anybody and be able to make profits independently. So those who are in my academy, even though that the academy group is filled up for now, I've not decided to curate another subgroup of the academy, but for now, we would be focusing on the group. If eventually I created another group, I will also update those who are interested. So I want to believe that those who have been part of this mission can testify that lately we've had, would I say 95% trading results. And personally, I would say I have been having 98% trading results. So the success of this trading results, it's not basically as a result of too much technical analysis knowledge. It's just about being principled around trading, discipline, like I tell us. The strategies to a successful trader is one, discipline. You must be disciplined, you must be patient, you must be fearless. So you must not chase the market. So you don't need to chase the market. Market is going to come to you. So you need to be patient to let your order peak. You need to be patient to let your order sell. And you need to manage your risk very well for those who are futures traders. So but I promise those in the academy group and digital world academy today that we're going to look at primary basic knowledge of trading generally. Then after which we will be looking at how you can manage your trade in futures and not to be able to lose any kobo. Even if you enter a bad trade, you can hedge and make profit of what you are losing, then decide to close your loss. So last in our first Zoom call, I was also able to show us how a trade that I was holding that was running minus almost $1,000, I was able to save that trade from that minus $1,000 to plus $1,200 simply by hedging that trade against the wrong trade. So now if you are new, so I hope we can hear me clearly. So moving on. So if you are new to this call, if today is your first time of joining us in this call, and maybe if you are new in crypto currency, please, I would like to get a message in the chat box. I am new in cryptocurrency, and today is my first time of joining this call. So I would I would love to know I would love to know the percentage of people that we have new here. So please, someone said my volume is low. Is this general or particular to the person? Please, is my volume still low? Is this general or particular to the person? Okay, for those who are joining us for the first time, I want to especially welcome you once again to Crypto Queen Academy. Someone is asking, how can I join the academy? The group is filled up. If I curate another one, I will let us know. So in the group, we also help people to advise them over coins to trade and how to go about their trade. So like I said, we've had about almost, if not 100%, we've had 98% trading result lately because we've not been chasing the market. We've been taking our time to pick a trade. So if you are new here, you're simply welcome. In trading crypto, you can actually have a life through cryptocurrency, but then you can have that life completely by knowing the basics that is able to guide you to trade safely and have your own profits more than your loss. So simply, cryptocurrency is nothing but a digital or virtual currency, which its operation is run in a decentralized system. So when we say decentralized system, it's simply not controlled by any authority. That is why if you mistakenly send, then maybe you want to run a transaction and you send it to a wrong wallet, it's not traceable. It cannot be recovered. So if you want to send a token or a coin to someone, you have to be very careful because cryptocurrency, its transactions are run in a decentralized system. So in cryptocurrency, we can find token and coin. So when you say token are built in existing blockchain, then coins are built in its blockchain. That is to say, cryptocurrencies that are coins have the tendency of doing better off in future than tokens. So those coins that have their own blockchain, they have the capacity or tendency of doing much better off in the future. So that's why if the first thing you want to do if you come into crypto, if you pick an interest to trade cryptocurrency, is to find out what you want to do. Are you going to be a holder? Are you going to be a day trader or whichever type of trader you want to be? Then you're going to study the coins you want to start trading. If you are day trading, if you are a day trader, you're going to try to study the coins that you want to focus on. If it's 5 coins, if it is 2 coins, if it is 1 coin. So you make sure that you study use case. You find out what is this coins or what is this token all about. What are the factors? What are the use cases around it? So it is important that the first thing you want to do is to study the coins that you want to trade once you pick interest. So knowing the values of that coin is going to help you to know whether is this coin actually what it's am I supposed to hold this coin for long time or short term? So these are the things that could guide us to be able to not to dabble into shit coins or meme coins that does not have potentials or does not have use case. So now, like if you are here, we trade in exchanges because the transactions of cryptocurrencies are run through peer-to-peer. So I have a stable coin and another person have a token I want to or have a coin. I'm going to use this my stable coin to buy another token at a lower price and sell it at a higher price. So I just want us to, those who are new here, to try to grab this. First thing you want to do when you pick an interest in trading is one, you sign up for an exchange. Once you sign up to an exchange, you get yourself verified. Once you get yourself verified, you can either trade with Binance, you can either trade with KuCoin, you can either trade with Hotbit, you can trade with Bybit. But basically, Binance seems to be the largest exchange. That's why most people prefer those whose country allow them to trade with Binance, prefer trading with Binance. And I think it's also user friendly. So you want to get yourself verified and get set. So another thing you want to do is to ask yourself, what kind of trader do I want to be? Am I going to be a scalper? Am I going to be a swing trader? Am I going to be a day trader? So these are things that you need to ask yourself. What type of trader do I want to be? For some time in the group, we've been scalping, we've been day trading, we've been swing trading. So these are the things that's going to guide you. So as a newbie, it's important that you tell yourself the truth, you cannot scalp. So the best option is to turn yourself to a day trader and swing trader. So once you turn yourself to a day trader and swing trader, it is very difficult for you to incur or make losses. Now, once you sign up to an exchange, I'm going to start by sharing my screen as a newbie here. Once you get yourself ready. Okay, those who are in the academy group will drop this BNB call earlier this evening, and by now, if you would have made profit. So now is ENS. ENS has given us a lot of money. Just today alone, I've made $200 from ENS. So it is a coin that I've taken my time to study the movement. I basically place my trade at the support level that is very much obvious, and I take profit. So everyone in the group today is on this ENS. It's an Ethereum it's an Ethereum token, so it has been ranging within a certain zone. It will get to this zone and it will bounce up. It will get to the zone and it reverse. So for this last week, I have traded ENS. It has been one of my favorite coin. I've been trading ENS and BTC. So one thing also that's going to help you make a successful trader, like I keep advising, you mustn't trade all the coin you see. If you want to make a successful trader, you're going to make sure that you will pick a coin or two coins. The only two coins that initially we were trading in the academy group, we were trading it is apart from the normal calls that will drop in a day. We were trading ETC and BTC, but later ETC direction changed. We'll then switch over to ENS, and we've been trading ENS for a couple of days now. But there's never been a time I enter ENS without advising people to join and enter ENS. So now, first thing you want to do once you get yourself verified, there's a video I recorded on how to purchase USDT in peer-to-peer. So you are going to maybe visit my YouTube channel. I'm going to drop the channel. If you are new here, you should learn. It's important that you learn how to buy USDT and how to sell USDT by yourself, so that when you couldn't see any vendor, you will be able to help yourself and get USDT without leveraging on anybody. So first thing you want to do is, once you are verified, is to fund your wallets with USDT. So we have basic stable coins that we'll trade with. So personally, I like trading with BUSD or USDT. So these are two coins I trade with. But if I am trading with a bot, I trade with USDT. Basically, sometimes I also trade with Binance. So if I'm trading in Binance, I like to trade with BUSD. Sometimes I also trade with USDT. So I also want to believe that we have some people here who are using bots, crypto bots to trade. I'm not here to market any bots, but I know that some people who doesn't have time leverage on artificial intelligence to be able to manage their trade very well. So there is a particular artificial intelligence group think I've seen one person, either Bishop or something like that. He has been posting a regular result on spot trading, not futures trading, spot trading, artificial intelligence trading bot. So I don't trade with artificial intelligence. I don't trade with it, but I know there are some people who are. So those who are trading with artificial intelligence, they trade with USDT, but BUSD is one of the safest coin you can have your assets stored into. Okay, you can also trade with it in spot, in futures. Most tokens are not listed in BUSD, but if you have those tokens listed in BUSD, you can trade with BUSD. One, it also gives you a lower gas fee. When you are trading with BUSD, it gives you a lower. So once you fund your wallet, those who have been asking, how can I place trade? So once you're an exchange, you can either trade on spot, or you can trade in Binance futures. You can also trade ETF, but ETF leverage token up, and the difference between ETF and futures is that in ETF, you don't get issue of panicking of liquidation. Maybe you don't have to use leverage. You don't have to leverage on any extra amount to back up your trade. You can also predict, speculate a price up or down in ETF, but in futures, there are greater advantage. You have to leverage additional funds to support what you fund in future. If you are going to trade on sports, if you are a newbie, you might also want to start trading sport trading, or you might also want to, while you leverage on sport trading, you might also want to leverage on artificial intelligence. Personally, I also trade artificial intelligence. I might not be trading it in crypto, but I also trade artificial intelligence in forex. So you might also need to leverage on those artificial intelligence to help yourself until you familiarize with the crypto, until you familiarize with the method of trading. So if you want to place a trade, the first thing, the first method of, once you fund your wallet through, I'm sure if you look at those videos, you know how you can fund your, once you have fund your wallet. So here you would, let me start sharing my screen. So please, if you're a futures trader, stay back, because we'll be looking, like I said, it is important you know how to save a bad trade. I have a bad trade. I'm going to use it as an example of how I have also been saving it. I've raised much fund that I've lost. Just a little fund left for me to recover my losses, then I will close the loss. So just be patient. I'm going to walk us through. Let's help the newbies. So once you fund your wallet, some people are asking me, they also ask, how do I manage to have 3 Binance accounts? One of my Binance accounts, 2 of my Binance accounts, I think I used my twin sisters' details, then I verify myself via my face because we are identical. So then other one is my brother sibling. So you can get your family members. I like to trade with different Binance, so that if I'm holding this trade, I lost it and I want to trade it again in another account, I can trade it. So once you fund your wallets with USDT or BUSDT, so as you can see, I have some of my fund here. Instead of me to hold in, I have some of my fund here in BUSD. Instead of me to hold it in USD, I left it. If I'm not trading with it, is in BUSD. So once you fund, you can, once you have USD or BUSD, those who are asking how can I place a trade, for spot placing trade, this is how you can place trade. So the first thing you have a coin you want to buy. So first thing, if you come to markets here, so once you come to markets, you tap on it. Once you, these are tokens, that some of the tokens that I basically visit. So you can add most of the tokens you trade on a regular basis to your favorites. Once you add it to your favorites, it will be displayed here. So once you come, I'm going to walk us through how we can find all the whole token that we trade. So once you come here, these are all the whole token, all the whole token listed, all the whole token and coin listed in Binance. You can find it in Zone. So once you come to Zone, so these are families. These are, would I say, it's the way they are graded: fan token, launch token, launchpad, DeFi, POS. So some of these tokens here, once one is moving, the order follows it. So you are going to take time to study, go to CoinMarketCap. I will make a video on how to search a token on CoinMarketCap later. Then search for any of this token. Once you click on fan token, you see all the whole token that belong to fan token family. So once you come here, so find out a token that pleases you. So you could just pick a token, Chiliz. So for, you saw last week, when Chiliz was moving very well. So you could just, what's up with this coin that is moving this way? Let me find out about this. So you pick this coin, study it. So these are fan tokens. All of these belong to fan token family. So some of them also could be fan token, could be Binance Smart Chain token, could be another family. So these are Launchpad, ETF. Then ETF, when I say up and down, so these are ETF token. So these are coins that are listed in ETF. It's not all the token that you could trade as ETF. So once you come here, you pick a coin you want to say that this coin is going to go up. If it goes up, it works for you. So once you find out all the whole coin that we have in Binance, then you want to trade spot. This is spot here. You tap on spot. So once you come here, you're already on spot market. So you search for example, you want to buy BNB. So I'm not teaching any technical here. We've done some videos about technical analysis. So I could also talk about technical analysis another day because it's going to take us a lot of time. So once you pick a coin that you want to buy, BNB, make sure that if it's BNB USDT, if it's BNB BUSD, as you're searching it, you watch. These are pairs that have been listed in BNB. So you tap on it, BNB, BUSD, or BNB. So you buy, you click on the coin. Once you click on the coin, so another thing you want to do is you have a price before you come to buy order. You have a price that you want to buy, so you click on buy here. So now in spot trading, same thing in futures trading. We need buyers and sellers ask to complete transaction. The buyers, there won't be the sellers. So you need anyone, people must, there must be buyers and sellers for that to be a complete transaction. So once you come to this page, this is will I call it a transaction page. Now, this is where you see the value of what you have in your wallet here. So this is where you can buy through maybe percentage. You want to use percent of what you have. So for example, I want to buy BNB with 25% of what I have is around $1,607. I don't want to, okay, for the purpose of this class, I trade with below $10. But if futures, you can trade with as low as $5, $2, but not for all coins. BTC wouldn't allow you to trade below even $10. Or if you're going to trade $10 in BTC in futures, you will increase your leverage. So if you're using 5x leverage, you won't be able to trade $10 in BTC. So, but in spot trading, you're not allowed to trade with below $10. So once you type, if you don't want to use the amount you want to buy. So if you're using $10 to buy, you're going to increase it by 1 because of enter. I want to use the order allows you to enter the price that you want to buy. So this place, I'm going to place to buy BNB. Once BNB gets to 270, please buy for. So I click on buy order. So I'm going to have this order in I'm supposed to have it here. Set 270. Did it pass? Okay, let me try again. So once request time, I'll check your network status. So once BNB gets to 270, please buy for me. Okay, these are the two orders. For those who are new, like this is open orders. Open orders are where you have your pending orders waiting to be executed. So once BNB gets to this price that I have asked to buy from, my order here will be disappeared and go straight to my spot wallet. So once this order is no longer here, you will find it, go to wallet. This is where you have your wallets. This is wallet. So here we have different types of wallets that we can see in Binance. So once you come here, this is funding wallet, margin wallet, futures wallet. So because you're trading spot, you go to spot wallet. So BNB will be among the listed coin you have here. Now, if you still want to sell, once your order picked, you want to sell it, then you click on sell, sorry, once you get BNB, if you buy BNB in BUSD, once you have BNB, you can sell it to any pair listed under BNB. So once you have BNB, you can sell it to BNB BUSD, BNB TUSD. These are some of the stablecoin. USDC as stablecoin too. When we say stablecoin, stablecoins are coin that does not fluctuate, does not move up and down. They don't go down except there is any problem. And that is why I said BUSD is one of the safest coins. It's Binance USDT, Binance stablecoin. So it's more safer than USDT as against US dollar theta. So now once you want to sell, you have, for example, your order have picked. So once your order picked, you click on sell here. So once you click on sell to sell your order, then now you're going to buy, then you have some BNB. So you either you want to sell 25, you want to sell it bit by bit, you can decide to sell in different prices. Sometimes you buy with heavy fund, you don't want to sell all of the coin at a particular price, then you can decide to sell it bit by bit. Then you tap on sell here, then enter the price. I want to sell it at 280. Once BNB gets to 280, it will tell you what profit, to be showing you what 280 will give you here. Then you click on sell. Now we're good to go. This is how to place order. Then if you want to use market order, you just want to enter the market immediately, then you change it to market order. Then once you change it to market order, it means that it's going to pick immediately with what the market price is. So now this is how to place order in sports trade. Now let's move down to futures, how to place order in futures trading. Now for this placing order, after taking us on how to place order in futures trading, then we would take questions around that. Then we can move down to how you can use hedging method to save a bad trade, both those trading in artificial intelligence and those trading in Binance. Now, if you are new, now we've seen how we can place a trade in spot trading. Now for futures trading, now one thing I'm going to say is that futures traders, like every day you trade, you get better. I realized that, I mean, my experience last 2 months and my experience now in futures is not the same. So you must learn to practice. It is by failing that you become better. But the thing that's going to help you, one thing that's going to help you get better over your trading is when you fail, you ask yourself, what have I done that made me get this thing wrong? How can I make an improvement? So you must sit down, think about how you can strategize to make success over what you do. You can't just be depending on people. You have to make research. You have to visit YouTube. There are amazing videos in YouTube that could help you, and wisdom also could also direct you in what you do. So you don't, like, one thing that's going to make you, I keep saying, is if futures trader, futures is a very risky trading method. So if you want to be a very successful futures trader, risk management is number one. You know, when I say use 5x, people don't understand when I say use 5x and 20% of your wallet balance. You won't understand this strategy until there's a market crash. Once there is a market crash and you're not depending on this advice, that's when you understand what it means that Crypto Queen said use 5x and 20% of your wallet balance. You won't understand that until you have an issue with a market crash over a trade that you over leverage. Now, as a future trader, future is a type of trading method that helps you to leverage on, and like, futures allow you to borrow. When you say leverage is the reason people go to futures to trade, and leverage is the reason people make profit. Leverage is the reason people get crushed too. So leverage gives you the benefits to use the little you have to access a higher fund. So you are leveraging on additional funds to support what you have. So in the same way, that leverage, if you are going for higher leverage, when you are losing money, you lose higher.
If you are going for lower leverage, when you are losing money, your loss is lower. So one thing that's going to help you to become a successful futures trader without incurring any loss is when you don't pursue greed. So it is greed that makes people to lose money in futures, and it's greed that makes people to get liquidated. So if you're going to train yourself to be a conserved trader and follow mentorship back to back, try to find out someone you talk to when you get into a wrong trade that could advise you. You will trade futures successfully. Another thing you're going to tell yourself is that I don't want to trade too many coins at the same time. I don't want to trade any hard coin. I don't want to trade pump and dump coin. Now, if you're going to trade pump and dump coin, train yourself to always separate your trading. Separate those pump and dump coin from your wallet. Trust me, if you tell yourself that you don't want to trade a pump and dump coin, you want to trade those coins that does not move haywire, like it does not go crazy, you will be trading futures for years without getting into trouble. So let's, for example, you want to trade only BTC all the rest of your life in futures. It's not going to give you much profit, but you will never get into trouble with BTC. If you want to depend on BTC or some of these good coins that does not move like pump and that does not pump and dump, so you will be very safe. Now let's go to futures. So now, this is a typical example of what futures market looks like. So in futures markets, we'll have two different types of wallets. From here, we'll navigate to how I was able to save my trade through hedging. Now, once you come to futures, if you want to trade hedge method. So hedging gives you the opportunity to trade long and short of a particular coin at the same time. So once you want to trade, you want to be trading maybe a particular coin up and down, or you want to be hedging to save your trade, you are going to go to this place, change your trading method to hedge from one way. So once you come here, so once you tap on that place, you click on preference. So once you click on preference here, my own is already on hedge mode. If your setting is in one-way mode and you are holding a trade in futures, you're holding a position, you won't be able to change it until you close all your position. So once you close it all, then you change it to hedge. Once you're on hedge, you can trade short and long at the same time. Now, so once you change it to hedge mode, now you want to know what crosshair. Don't know if I see where that. Please, those who are asking how can I place all of those trades that we are given in the group, this is first thing you're going to ask yourself, do I want to trade cross margin? Do I want to trade isolated? Now, what's the difference between isolated and cross? Now, the difference between isolated and cross is if you want to hedge, you don't have to, there's no need using isolated. If you think you want to, if this trade go back bad, you want to hedge it, you don't have to use isolated. So the first thing you're going to ask yourself, hedging or isolated, which of them do I want to use for this particular trade? Now, in cross margin, when you are trading on cross and you have a particular trading, look at this trade. My trade has no liquidation price. So the reason my trade has no liquidation price is because I'm trading with below 20% of my wallet. There's no liquidation price here, and I'm trading on 5x. So even if the market goes south, I'm not going to bother myself. I don't have headache. Look at my margin here. This is the margin I've exposed to this trade. And this is the size too that it gave me. So what it means is that this margin, how I get this size now is this margin multiplied by this x 5x, that's what gave me this size. So when your trade is making profit, arrow return on equity, so this is by this percentage, as this percentage is reading percentage of this 9%, 5% of what you have here. That's what you are saying here. Now, those who are also trading in artificial intelligence, they are going to also see their trade here. So once you are using artificial intelligence, once you're seeing your trade here, you're not able to make any adjustments here. If you are making any adjustments, it's going to be on artificial intelligence. So whether you are trading on Binance or whether you are trading on artificial intelligence, it is the same method of hedging. You are going to apply the same hedging strategy to either Binance or artificial intelligence. So once you come here and you place your trade, so once you decide on which of the cross you are going to use, so when you're using cross, like I said, cross, when this margin $200 gets into this place, when this $200 gets into this place, like I have loss. Okay, let me show us another account that has loss. So this is my BTC. I will show us average. I have $248 loss currently, but I've been hedging. I've already placed my hedging order. I've already placed a BTC. Before we get there, let me not deviate. Let's finish what we have. I'm going to show us how I've also made $100 and something with the same BTC that I'm holding at loss through shorting. So once this $1,070, my margin is high. That's why my loss is a bit high. So my margin is 1,067. So once this entire margin here, margin size, gets to this place where I have unrealized PNL, I will not be liquidated. Look at my liquidation price. What will happen is it's going to extend to my available wallet balance here and start sustaining this trade. That is the advantage of cross. But if you are using isolated, so what you're going to tell in isolated, what you are telling the trade is, you are telling the exchange is, once this money that I have here finishes, please, of course, if you are doing isolated, let me open a trade on isolated and show us. It's going to bring my liquidation price very close. So for example, I want to trade on, you want to choose on cross or isolated. Either if you want to trade isolated, you choose here, and I'm going to trade isolated for a particular coin. So for this coin, I'm not allowed to trade isolated because I'm holding a cross trade. So you can't trade the same trade, the different margin for a particular coin that you're holding with another margin type. So no, it's not allowing me. So let me look for a coin that I'm not trading. So let me say ETC. I want to trade ETC isolated. I'm separating whatever amount I'm putting in trade here from my wallet. Okay, $11. So the same method of placing trade, either you use limit order or use buy order, they are the same method. But the only difference is going to show you in futures, you have the percentage. I'm using 1%. When I say use 20%, use 20% of your wallet balance. So this will help you to know how many percent you are putting in trade. Now I'm using 1% of my wallet balance. Now, let me explain something about leverage. If you want to use 20x to trade, if you can do the calculation, you can actually trade 20x. If you want to use 20x to trade, it means that you're going to trade 5% of your wallet balance. So if I'm trading BTC with if I'm trading BTC with $50 on 20x, 5% of my wallet balance, and I'm trading BTC in another account with $200, 5%, $200, 20% of that wallet balance is the same profit and loss that I will gain. So if you can actually do your mathematics very well around it, you can trade 20s. But when you are trading with 20s, you are meant to trade with 5% of your wallet balance, not 20% again. So that way you will still be safe. But if you don't know how to make the calculation, just depend on 5% of your wallet balance and 20% of your wallet balance and 5x. So now I'm going to use 1% to open this trade. Let me use market order. For the purpose of this class, now I'm going to long on isolated. Now I've opened this trade on, I've opened ETC on isolated. Now look at what happened. Can we see? Because I'm running on isolated, my liquidation price is very close. I don't like to trade this kind of trade because the market can drop and ETC can get to 23. So it's very close. So once your liquidation price is very close to this market price, you're not safe. This for me is not a safe trade. So now, if you're on isolated, you can also make your trade safe. You can keep your trade safe by using add margin. So you can also trade isolated and play safe. So once you open a trade like this and you don't want to hear stories of liquidation, you can come here, then click on add where you can add margin and remove margin. So let me add enough margin here. You will see that I will add and remove. If I add like $500 here, I'm adding additional margin. Margin will extend. Margin is to extend your liquidation price only. It's not going to affect your market. It's not going to affect your entry. So can we see I've added margin? I still don't have liquidation price. So either ways, but what is the essence of adding margin? I would rather do the cross. So once you add the margin, it has shifted your liquidation. It doesn't make sense because the only margin that this trade is seeing is only $10, $11. Then I want to remove my margin. I won't be able to remove. Then you change remove. Once you add, you can remove everything. Okay, I'm removing. So I've removed the margin I add. These are the ways you can also secure your isolated trade. So isolated means separating this. This is the only one I want to lose if anything goes wrong with this trade. Let the market liquidate. I trade isolated sometimes when I'm not sure of that trade, so that if anything go wrong, let me just go with that loss. I also trade isolated when I want to play with high leverage. I just trade isolated so that if I lose that money, I will just rest. Now, this is BTC. For placing order, that is it. So now this is also funding. I told us what funding is. So let me just take this funding as another topic. So, but funding, in summary, funding is a sort of fees that we pay. We'll pay for using features. So these fees, it doesn't go to exchanges. It goes to you and I. It's just a peer-to-peer transaction. So if I'm longing and my trade is going against me, so let me explain this thing full. It's going to distract us, but funding is a transaction fee that will pay, and that this payment is done every 8 hours. So that's why this funding fee is reading against me. So probably it's because of this short trade that I'm holding. So once is 8 hours, 8 hours start from, they start counting from 1 a.m. So after 8 hours of 1 a.m., this after 8 hours, you count 1 a.m. to the next 8 hours, they will charge me. So once it's 8 hours from the time this count down, the next 5 hours here now will be counting down. These charges now, I will be charged. I will pay to those people longing. So I will be the one to pay. When it's positive, it goes in my favor. When it's negative, it goes against me. So once your funding fee is reading minus, it's against you. You are the one going to pay the other people longing whose funding fee showing positive. Now moving on, this is BTC. This trade, like I said, I have made $100 shorting it. Now, I don't want to close this trade. Sometimes today, my loss here gets to 100. I can still close it the moment it gets to 100. But why don't I want to close it? I want to hedge and be able to recover from it. Hedging gives you the privilege to hedge, like you place an opposite direction trade. Now BTC is going down, but if you don't master how to hedge properly, you mess up the whole thing. That is where hedging is very dangerous. I know a lot of people that does not hedge, because if you don't know when to hedge, you're going to mess it up. You will still be holding loss. Now, some people will say, why don't you start hedging? I don't want to start hedging now because BTC is already down. I want to start hedging when I can, at a resistance, where I can start making profit immediately. Now, my hedging limit order is BTC. Once BTC gets to 19200, because I think I've checked, it tests that region. Once it gets to, I will show us in the chat. Once it gets to 19200, please buy me a short trade. Once it buys me a short trade, then it will start, if the market start dropping, it will start making profit for me. So sorry, I forgot to explain some of these things to us. So once you succeed in placing a trade here, now I didn't show us how we can set our take profit and stop loss. Now I forgot, because I'm not always setting my take profit and stop loss, because I don't do stop loss. The reason is because I do cross and I can hedge to recover. So this is where you have your stop loss and take profit. So you have to check it for it to come up. So if you want to set your take profit and stop loss, then this is where you set it. Now, some people say you give a call. I don't understand. Let me go to WhatsApp group and show us when we dropped a call to buy BNB. Now, this is where we'll have BNB, buy BNB. When they say buy BNB leverage, first thing you're gonna do, change your leverage to 5x. Then I mode cross, entering price. If you check, because sometimes when you come to the chart, the trade has gone below this entry price. Once the take profit one has not heated, once the trade is still has not gotten to take profits one, you can enter the trade. Now, when they say entry means there is a limit order. Come here and place a limit order. Here, enter the price that you see, entering price. Like I said, most people are not always privileged to know when the message is dropped. So once you place, like I said here, when I drop this, I said buy at this or current price, because I already checked the chart and I saw that it's going to drop. Even though it has gone below this entry price, it's going to drop. So buy or current price. So once this take profits has not heated this number one target, you can enter the trade. So now I always say take profit where your greed permits. Sometimes it's not going to get to this take profits. These are different support levels where it is likely going to touch and touch and touch and touch. Take profit has different support level or resistance levels. So once you see it and you see that you're on profit, first thing you're gonna do once you enter profit, you want to trail your profit. I've done videos on how to trail profit. That's why I don't want to talk about so many things so that we don't waste time. So you're gonna trail your profits. Once you enter profits, your take profit, you may not be patient to get to this level, but once you see your take profit and you're okay with it, you can decide to trail it while you still set profit. For example, I have this my ENS. Now ENS is on profits, for example. I have already set my take profits. I just normally take a small take profit. I said, please take profit for me, close a long trade at 14,300. Now it's already on profits. I don't want to lose everything completely. So what am I going to do? Look at the market price is 13,950, and I entered at 13,800. Entering price there is 13,800. Then what I'm going to do is I come here, stop profits. I've explained what take profit trailing loss is. You can reference my video in my YouTube channel. So stop. Once I click here, then look at the market price here and look at the entering price. Entering price, market price. So I bought at 13,800. So, and current price now is 13,945. I don't want to lose everything. I don't want to enter loss. So what I'm going to do is, so I will come here, price. Once it gets to 13,900, once it drops to 13,900, please close this trade. I will still make $7. Look at it here. $13,900. So here, so where I have 7.44, instead of me to lose out completely everything I have now, I will now gain $7. Meanwhile, it has dropped. Maybe if you start dropping below, then my take profit is still up. So if it didn't eventually drop to this place and get to my take profit, it's going to close taking profit for me at my major take profits and not this. So this is only going to take profits when it start dropping. Now moving on. If you want to manually close, you can use close position. Then you close either 50%, anyone. If you want to close everything, I can just click on, once I click on confirm, it will close. So that's it about this adjust leverage. Don't worry about this adjust. It doesn't work because if you go and do 20x and you adjust your leverage, once your leverage is high, once you adjust your leverage from high leverage to low leverage, they will increase your margin. Let's see what will happen now. Just watch and see. Now my leverage is 5x. Let me adjust my leverage to 1x. Just watch and see. I was holding $11 in my margin, but watch and see. Leverage is not supported with open position, but I think it's also, they say it's not supported with open position, but if we eventually support for you, the margin will increase. So it doesn't work. So you better place, okay, it has even supported it. Look at it. I'm now, okay, didn't support it rather. So the $11 still remains $11. So if you eventually support for you, it's going to increase it and reduce your leverage. Now, this is BTC. Now, how have I been hedging this? Now, remember, like I said, if you don't understand how to place your, if you are longing, and your longing goes against you, now what you're going to do is you will target a resistance level. When I mean you will target a resistance level, what is a resistance level? So when you say support and resistance, they are simply levels, a specific level where price action, like let's say, is a specific level where price action in a trading chart, we could see, okay, support and resistance level is a specific price action level where we could see lot of buyers and selling orders. So at a resistance level, we could see more selling orders. Is a place where a particular movement of a coin gets to and stop dropping. Then support is a level where a particular movement of a coin gets to and stop dropping. So when you say support level, at support level, we could see more buying orders. Then at resistance level, we could see more selling orders. So if you are longing a trade and your trade goes bad, you're going to wait for the shorting hedging strategy at a resistance level. Now, let's look at the chart and see what I mean by that. Now, this BTC has gone wrong for me, and I've been hedging it. Now, look at this chart. Now, when you are talking of support and resistance levels, for those who draw trend line are drawn through obvious support and resistance level. When you say obvious, so when you look at this chart, we could see a particular level where the movement of this coin gets to. Let's say, okay, let me use for 1 hour. Okay, 4 hours view. When we look at this chart now, this chart for 4 hours view, each candle represents 4 hours, each candle represents 4 hours. So look at this tiny wing below this candle. For the past, if you count how many candles, 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, we've seen that this trade has been ranging with this particular zone. So which we could refer to as support level. So they have been ranging within this particular zone. So if you want to trade on 4 hours level now, so you're going to place your buy order within this level, 18,800, or possibly you're going to do 18,900, because chances are that it might not get to 18,800 plus. So now, since my BTC has gone bad for me, so maybe I look at 1 day view. It's not too clear. Look at 4 hours view. So what I'm going to do is at this level where it has been ranging, look at it at the resistance level. That's where I place it. Maybe within 24 hours, 19,240. So chances are that this coin is going to get to 19,240 and start dropping. So that's why I placed my order around 90. So if you look at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the most obvious support levels that we could see is 19,2 something. Although today it almost gets to 19,2. I missed it. So it got to 19,196. That's why sometimes when a support level is reading 19 8 something, so it is expedient or advisable that you trade a little bit above it in case it didn't get to that particular support zone. So now I actually left my order now to 19,200, because when the Asian enter markets in the night, if they are going to long from where we stopped, chances are that's going to cross to that 19,200. So once you get to 19,200, it will start. If the markets start dropping, it will start making profit for me. Now, what is the advantage of hedging? How can hedging stop you from losing? Now, when you hedge, if I open a hedge trade, and for example, I am losing 228 at this moment, apart from the trade that I have that are little profits, once you start hedging this coin, currently, once you start hedging this coin, maybe if I start hedging a wrong trade, this my loss, for example, if I'm just holding one coin and I'm losing 228, that's why hedging can help you to not to lose everything you have. So once I enter this opposite direction trade, my hedging, my loss here will not go below this until I close one of the trade. Now, what have I been doing? Once I enter BTC at 19,200, I will set my take profits to drop at 18,900. Once it gets to 18,900, it will close for me on profits, and we'll add here. So yesterday, when I showed us a video, my target is my wallet balance was $4,066. So my target is to get what I have here, to get here, because once that trade closed for me on profits, my wallet balance here will increase while my loss will still remain. Then my balance here will also increase. So my target is, once I get $4,060, $66 here, I wouldn't be losing anything because that's what my wallet balance is. I will simply close that trade. Now, once I buy at, maybe before I wake up, it would have buy for me. Once I buy at 19.2, I wake up, I see it on profits. I will decide where to take profit depending on the movement of that coin. Once I take profits, I will set it again to buy at the same support, to buy at the same resistance zone. Now, if opposite is what happens to you, if you have entered a short trade, you are still going to do the same thing. For example, if this trade is a short trade now, let's say this is a short trade. So what you're still going to do is, of course, if it's a short trade, it would have been up. It would have been like, if it's a short trade that goes again, that went wrong, the price would have been up. So you're also going to target a long trade. If you are going to also target a support level for long trade, a support level where you could pick a long trade. Like, we could see that this coin has been moving here. If the opposite was the case, you could also set your buy price here and pick a buy order and still sell at a resistance. Pick a buy order and still sell at a resistance. So that's how you'll be doing it little by little until you recover your losses. Like I said, if you pursue hedging, you will lose it all. So in hedging, you're going to target support and resistance, obvious ones. Where has this trade been touching for the past 24 hours? Where has this trade been touching for the past maybe 4 hours? Where can I place this trade? So once you do that, you could just keep adding to your wallet balance until you recover. So earlier today, my loss was 100 plus. So by the time I closed the short and allowed this to move up small, I think if I pick another trade now, I will be able to recover all my loss. I should be able to let go of this trade. Now, once you are hedging, your margin must be the same. If I have 1,072, if I'm opening another hedging, for you to balance the whole thing, your margin here will be equal with your shorting margin. I want to short this trade, and your leverage are going to be the same. So what I'm going to use is 1,000 plus to be able to buy this trade. So you make sure that your margin here will be equal with what you have here. That way, your loss here will remain the same. It will not go up, it will not go down. That is how people use hedging to save liquidation. So once you are hedging on cross, you are intact. But once you are hedging in isolated, not one must be liquidated. But with cross, you could hedge successfully. Now, once again, in summary, for you to be able to make a successful trader in futures, you are not going to pursue the market. Look at where we place this order today. In the morning, it is ENS was very high. I've already taken profits in the morning because I placed order when I slept. Let me show us. So look at where we placed our order. Orders, like I also advise order sets not more than 30% of your wallet balance. So we set this order when ENS was still high. Some people were asking, should I enter? Finally, order number one picked. It has to drop after going on, it went up. So order number one picked. Before 24 hours, order number two could pick. Another market crash, order number three pick. This. By the time you set your order like this and market drops, you're buying through dollar cost averaging or value averaging, I could call it. So it will not average and bring your entry. I woke up this morning. Let me show small. I woke up this morning, look at all this, my order here. 83. I started buying, this was in money profit. I started buying at 13,800, but we'll see my entering price here is 13,626. That's not my entry price when I started buying. That's because I splitted my buy order. By the time my margin fixed all the trade is now 483. I woke up and I saw profits. But if I didn't buy through DCA, I would have come and still see loss. It would have still been 13,800 and market price, although it would have still been in profit. Now still see my liquidation price 0.049. It's not, I mean, ENS can never get to this place, still safe because it has bought for me through dollar cost average. Cross margin 5x. So we still need to play safe. If you don't pursue the markets, you will still be able to trade futures. Not pursuing the market could turn you to day trader, could turn you to swing traders, but you always win. You are always winning. I mean, in this group, all our trade recently last week, it has been successful, no loss. We've been making success over our trade. That's because we've not been chasing the markets. Place your order, leave it. The order I placed that gave me about $200 this morning, I was sleepy. I placed it before I slept. I woke up and it's still big. There's no point. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes also RSI, some people trade with RSI, but trust me, RSI alone cannot make you to have profit. Now, you picking a coin and studying the movements of that coin. We've been trading ENS because ENS has been, look at this chart, if you look at it from a lower time frame, ENS for the past 5 days or 4, it always touches 13,500 every day. If it's not 13,500, it's going to touch 13,700, and it will go above 14 every day for the past 24 hours. This is how you study a coin. Today, it has made the highest all-time high for the past, look at this, for the past maybe how many days. Today, it really went up here. Look at it. You see, this is obvious resistance level. In the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is strong. Now, when you say wink, let me explain to us. This candle, it only closed here. I normally set my profits a little bit above. They close here. All of these tiny wink are rejection. So they are rejected. At that point, we couldn't see more buying force. We could see more selling force. So at resistance level, we could see a lot of shorters waiting to take position there. So those who are trading in sports, you only take advantage of buying low and selling high, or ETF, buy low and sell high. But those who you just buy here, maybe you buy at 18,500 and you only sell at, you take profit at 14,500. Then the futures traders will take out. I also took profit from ENS long. I shorted it again. I also took profit. So that's the advantage. So once you look at this tiny wink, if you check, it has touched the same zone. It has tested the same level for the past how many days? 3 days. So these are insights to tell you that the targets, your next target points, if you enter this coin, your next target points shouldn't be above this place. Look, it's very obvious. So those who are drawing trend like we just draw it. So that is what we call resistance level. At the point where the price gets to and stop rising, support at the point where the price gets to and stop falling. So now you could set your order from 13, because it might not still get to this all-time low within past 24 hours, all-time high here within past 24 hours. So you can decide to split your buy, to start buying from 13,800, which we've seen, 13,600, 13,700, 13,500. So split your buy so that you can average. Definitely within 24 hours, you're going to sell this trade. So now, for those who are trading with artificial intelligence, for those who are trading, I opened a trade yesterday. I decided to play around with my Meta Futures app. So if you open a trade, the same thing is applicable, and the trade is going against you. The trade is going against you. Since you're on cross margin, I think I heard they implemented cross margin. So since you're on cross margin, once that trade goes against you, Targets, if you are longing that trade, targets support level, targets a strong resistance level, and short that coin. Just like we'll see, for example, if this is it maybe Ethereum now, you've seen the past 24 hours, the past 3 days. Let's do for the past 3 days, it has been touching here. Maybe you have entered wrongly. So once it gets to this place, you could start shorting it from here. And once you start shorting it from here, it start dropping. So once it start dropping, you take profits. And once that your long moves up a little, it closes your loss a little, you can decide to leave the market. So with this, we could manage our trade with hedging. You don't have anything to lose in futures through with hedging. You're not afraid of liquidation once you're going to maintain lower leverage, higher margin, lower leverage. Once you're going to maintain 20% of your wallet balance or maximum of 30% of your wallet balance, market could crash and you remain in the market. So at this point, I would like to take a break and take questions if we have. So please, I would accommodate questions at this moment. Feel free to ask your question, no matter how stupid your question is. We also offer free mentorship. I mean, there's no other assistance you could get than a mentorship from someone who is practicing what I don't like teach 5x and I do 20x. And everybody knows once I enter a trade, I will say I'm entering this trade. I'm not like hiding away from my success. And once my trade enter profit, anybody that trade with me will still be in profit. So, and if you are going to always do wrong thing, follow a wrong advice from what your mentor is teaching, you will get it wrong. So you will get into trouble. So it has just been a successful trading moment for us in Crypto Queen Academy for a couple of days. Now I'm going to also advise, if you feel like you're too busy, you cannot manage your futures trading. I trade with artificial intelligence in Forex. The reason artificial intelligence are made is to help us. So most artificial intelligence does not trade with emotions. They they do their analysis very well. Like I said, if you want to trade artificial intelligence, you can find out a very good spot trading artificial intelligence. Like I said, I've seen, I don't know whether some of them that do meta futures or Bozi ecosystem are here. I I I think I can trade very well. That's why I'm not using it. But if you are still new, you could leverage on Bozi ecosystem, either through futures trader, but I would recommend spot trading. Honestly speaking, if you want to trade with Bozi ecosystem, artificial intelligence, I would recommend spot trading because for some days now, I think they have a new strategy that I've seen that is giving an amazing performance. So you could find out someone that is using it, or you could also meet me. I can direct you to someone that is using it. I'm not using it. So they could also assist you through that. So if it's Forex, also I trade with Forex, but I'm not here to preach that we should depend, or I'm not here to advertise any product, but I'm being realistic with you. The reason why you need to also invest in this artificial intelligence, where your money is safe with you, is because sometimes it's not always fantastic trading futures. When you are holding to recover, you could leverage on those artificial intelligence to make little passive income. If you want to trade with Bozi ecosystem, I recommend spot trading. I'm being honest with you. Spot, you have nothing to lose. Even if your trade go bad, you could also recover from it. So if you are also going to trade futures in Bozi ecosystem, find out a good copy trader and copy the person so that you don't lose what you have. So at this point, let's take questions either ways, either from those trading with the bot or trading with futures. I would be glad to accommodate and assist us. Thank you. So, okay, Chuku Sunday, please unmute yourself and ask questions. Okay, Chuku. Okay, Chuku Sunday, can you ask question? Can you unmute yourself and ask question?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear
Good evening,
you.
everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, actually, I had a question before, but right now I think I'm cleared, so I think I can just move to the next question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robinson Idoja, can you ask your question?
Good evening, man.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. Like you said, one of the order that I placed in the ninth, I woke up this morning, I saw it, I was so amazed that the trade is already in profit. It's so beautiful, like the advice of not pursuing the market. Okay, to my question, I tried to place an order on a short position, but I discovered that the order was not working. I wanted to put a short order on Ethereum below, I think around 310. At that time, Ethereum was 320, 319. So I wanted to place a short order at 310, which is below, I think, a resistant point. But I discovered when I place the trade, it will just go live. 2-3 times it's happened. So I don't know whether they can place an order for a short trade.
So if you listen to me earlier, I said your margin must be very small for it not to. Let me show us, for example, now I'm going to try to place Ethereum with $2. It will not go. So for me to be successful with Ethereum, I have to increase my. Can we still see my screen?
Yes.
So I'm going to try to buy Ethereum now. Okay, maybe it's because my margin is quite high, so I'm not able to. If I have lower amounts, I don't want to. If I have lower amounts, for example, I should be able to get like $5. So if you have a lower amount in your margin, it's not going to allow you. So what is assumed is that there is a particular size that Ethereum will take. So if you if you try to increase your leverage to 20, that order will go. But it's because you are using a lower leverage and a very lower margin below the required value that Ethereum can take. If you try to place another trade, another coin or token, it to go. But for Ethereum and BTC, and sometimes Solana, there are some coins that need a higher, at least a little higher size. Maybe they cannot take below one size of that coin. So that's why it's not able to execute. It's not like there's anything that went wrong. So maybe if you want to place that trade, let me know. I can tell you that, tell me how much you have in your wallet balance. Then I would be able to tell you that this is why it didn't go. But I'm very sure of what I'm saying. Or maybe it's because I have it.
Like what I'm saying, the trade entered though, but I was placing it for a short order, not a market order. But
You were placing it for. You went what? You went live instead of. Okay, you need to reconfirm. Sometimes it happens to me. So before you place your order, you need to reconfirm here, because sometimes when you go back, it happens too. So just reconfirm. You want to do another thing. Let's say you change your cross, you change your margin, it will remove. So you need to confirm it the last time again before you click buy or short. Confirm it the last time. It happens. I know what you're talking about. It happens to me. So before you click buy, check again to know whether your limit buy is still the same thing.
It's okay, man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. You have been giving us so much value.
You are welcome. So, Blessed, unmute yourself and ask a question. Blessed, please, can you unmute yourself and ask a question?
Okay. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Oh, good evening, ma. Happy to be here once again. Thank you for the value gotten so far. Please, sorry that I'm taking you back.
There's
I
no
don't know whether I'm
problem.
asking a dumb question, but my
No,
issue majorly is on resistance and support. I don't seem to understand. I understand what resistance and support level means, but I don't know how to identify them. It makes me not to pick a trade, and I'm always in a hurry. Maybe let me not lose. Do you understand? I don't know.
let me ask you. Let me, you're also in the group so that you get some advice and maybe support. That's why you have a group where you belong. People could say you might decide not to be picking trade by yourself. You might decide to be following any other person that drops signal, but it is important that you get the knowledge, because you can just wake up in the night and you look at your phone and see that this coin is hitting a resistance level. I took a picture now. I took a screenshot earlier today. Let me show us. There was a screenshot I took. I took this screenshot, ENS. Can you see something in this chart?
Yes.
This line, I wasn't the one that drew it. It's simply exponential moving average, because moving average, like we've learned in our previous class, moving average can serve as support and resistance zone too. Can we see the moment the tiny wink for some candles in 4 hours level, as it touches the moving average, it drops. As it touches the moving average, it drops. Can you see that?
Yes, yes.
Now, if you are trading with 4 hours view, now just look at this place, this tiny wink here. They are rejection. Okay, this is, I forgot that bit. Let me just see if I could. This tiny wick that we see, this small tiny wick, if you check, they are almost touching the same level and reversing. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
So you want to place your trade by yourself. You don't want to pursue the market. So what you're going to do is you find out where has this candle dropped, closed. You're not going to use a tiny wick. When I say close, where the full body candle. Let me see if I can draw. Okay, let's go to the charts. Okay, live. All right, okay. Let's go to the charts. You see, you can decide to place your buy order at this. You see why I'm doing 13,500. It has been touching 13,4. Like yesterday, it touched 13,4 something. But to be on the safe side, I know that 13,400 simply happens as a sort of rejection. But if you check here, where they can do close in this 4 hours, close where the full body can
I can't hear.
that's where they can do close. So you wouldn't consider this tiny wink as where they can close. They are where they were rejected. When they closed, they tried to push for the madam.
Yeah, yes, ma. I've not been
So
hearing
what
you.
I'm
You
saying
said
is,
your network is bad.
okay. Now I said,
Yes.
I'm back. So what I'm
Thank
saying
you.
is, if you look at these charts, where we
Yes.
have the tiny wink, they've
Yes.
always been touching 13.4 something 13. Once you tap on it, you will check what you have here. Close and open, high, low. So
Okay.
it has been touching 13.4. So the reason I'm using 13.5 is because at 13.4 it was rejected. So it's possible that it won't still get to that 13.4. So I look at where it's possible closer to that price where it's rejected. I know that 13.5 plus. So I would go for 13.5. It's not where I place my first order. It's also possible that it will be supported in another level, just like we could see here. It got to this place and
I can't hear you. Is it from my network? Jesus.
I'm so sorry. I'm having a bad network.
Okay. Welcome back, ma.
So I'm so sorry. I'm having a bad network. So I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to explain.
I did not understand because we've not been hearing you.
Okay, look at what I'm saying. First and foremost, I explained that support is a level where the price of an asset gets to and stop falling.
Falling, yes.
Why resistance is a level where the price of an asset gets to and stop rising.
Exactly.
Is it clear?
Yes, it's very clear.
So when you want to buy, your major focus should be at those levels where if it's longing, your major focus should be at those levels where the price gets to and stop falling repeatedly. Then I say that
Okay.
ENS usually tests within 24 hours, it tests 13 for something. And because the 13 for something, always rejects below 13.4 and 13.5. Then I set my buy order from 13.800, 13.500, and I go as far as setting my buy order even as 13.12.5, because anything can happen market to crash, just like we saw here.
Okay.
Just like saw here, the day this thing happened, we never knew that it was just a sharp drop. So I still go far to set my buy order to 13.12, because I'm trading one coin at a go. I have enough money to split it so that at every point that coin drops, I'm on profit. That's how I've been making my success. I will split that buy order. I'm trading BTC, so I'm going to set BTC to buy for me 18,900, buy for me 18,800, buy for me 18,700, buy for me at 18, buy for me at 17,800. That's how I've been setting it. So once you keep setting your order like this and it drops, what is going to happen? I also go as far as showing us example where I have 4,000 plus in margin. It's not because I placed that 4,000 plus in margin at the go. I had to split the buy. Look at this tiny wing. These are support level. Look at this. I'm pointing it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So if you watch, it has not gone below 400 or 13.4. So if you want to buy now, you could say, since it has been touching here 13.4, let me just say, but it's going to turn you to a swing or day market. You just leave it and go to bed. Within 24 hours, within 2 days, or within a day, it will pick. Once it pick, the profit you missed in
Oh, I'm finished though. This one I asked this question. Oh, I can't hear.
make everything profit you missed in 2 days. You make everything in one.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. But can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Oh, even I said, hey, why must
Can
it be
you?
now that I want to understand this thing very, very
I'm
well?
sorry. I actually switched now. I will switch another network.
Okay.
So you understand the point I'm trying to make, right?
Yes, I understand. But can you use
So
another token or another coin for illustration so that
no
I can?
problem.
Sorry for the disturbances, please.
This same thing with BNB. Look at this too.
I can't
It
see your
got
screen.
rejected. Okay. Okay, let me use BTC. Look at this BTC. For the past 4 hours here, it got rejected. The same thing that is happening. So it has been ranging between these 4 hours, count it. BTC has been touching 18.7 something. So, but if I'm buying BTC, I said to buy at 18,800. Look at it. So it has always tested this 18.7 for the past how many hours? Let's look at 1 day here. So the same one that has, look at this place where the candle normally drop to. It has also tested between 18,700, 18.
I can't see your screen, ma.
My screen is shared.
Yeah. Yes, still is not showing. It's okay now.
So please, I would like to take another question. Maybe we could look at it later. So the truth is, look at this candle. Wherever they have been dropping within this space of hours is known as support. So chances are that it might not break here, it might break here. So if you want to buy from the top, for example, you meet it at 19,300 or 19,200. So you're going to target within 24 hours, where has this coin dropped? If you check here, we have 18,700. So I'm going to set my buy order at 18,800 to be on the safe side.
Okay.
Then you want to short it. Look at this up here. Within the past 24 hours, it has touched 19,196. It has tested 19. It has not crossed above 19,200. So I'm going to set to buy either 19,190 to be on the safe side, so that it could pick from even if it didn't get to 19,200 or 19,196. So please, we could take, I don't know if you are a bit cleared now.
Yes, but one more question, please. How do you know when to take profit?
Take profit where your greed permits.
Okay.
You also know how to take profits with support and resistance. So like I explained this earlier, I'm shorting this coin. The same thing is applicable. You are longing this coin at 18,800. It has tested 19,196 today. So possibly the best option is to take profit at 19,100. I'm going to sell at 19,100, or wherever your greed permits. Once you see your profit, start trailing your profits.
Okay.
I'm sorry, everyone. You're welcome for the embarrassments with my network this evening. I'm so sorry. Lumen, please, can we take your question? Thank you. You're the last person.
Okay. I'm there now. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
You're hearing me now?
Yes, okay. I can hear you.
Since I'm new to this Binance this crypto in futures, what I expect today, just teach us only spot, how to trade in spot. And you know, okay, let us practicalize it for those who have some USDT. You understand me? Hello?
Were you here in the beginning of the class? I showed how to place, and you here in the beginning of the class?
You were very fast. You were just going as if we know everything. You were just going. You see, you see the comments. We have been making so many comments that you are so fast. You see so many comments of most people replying.
So what do you want me to emphasize on spot trading?
Okay, just teach
us.
What
do you want me to emphasize on
spot? How to trade with spots. Then with only one example, and so that we will practice.
What particularly? How to trade? What particularly? I said I'm going to give you attention. What particularly spot do you want me to emphasize on?
Let's trade on Ethereum on spot. Let's see.
So we buy and sell. We buy in spot. So you buy. You make sure that you're not going to chase everything. I keep teaching, don't chase the market. So you buy lower, you can place limit order the same way you place futures limit order. You place limit order to buy lower, and you sell when it goes up. Go ahead.
Can I say something? I don't know where to go. Is it normal spot? You now say you want to trade on.
You were not in this class.
I started from the beginning. I started from the beginning.
So now let's quickly go back.
My question is this. You just shows, go to sports, go to here, you see this thing, you see you see click page, you see limit, that kind of follow up. That if you see our comments.
Listen
let me see it again.
now.
I want to try sport this night. I want to try this next. So just show me how to go and how to do it. Then I'll know.
Now, I said the first thing you want to do is to, once you fund your wallets, I said it, once you fund your wallets, you have USDT. Once you fund your wallet, you go to markets. Once you are holding USDT or BUSD, you go to markets here. So once you go to
Markets,
you tap, then you change, you go to sports, tap on it, sports trading. These are all the coins you could see in sports.
Yeah,
You
I
pick
see
a
it there.
coin you want to. I want to trade BTC now. BTC is going down. I want to buy now. You click on buy here below. So once you click on buy, this is limit order. You have a price. Let's say set your BTC to buy for you at 18,800. Then with 25% of your amount, or you just enter the amount you want. Buy me BTC $100. Once it gets to this price, you will click buy.
Okay.
So look at it, is that open order. Open order is where you have your pending orders. Then once it picks, once you can set alarm too. Once you place this order, you set your alarm. Look at where you set your alarm here. It's going to notify you.
Okay.
So once you tap on here to set your alarm, set the price. Price drops to 9,900. If BTC drops how you want it, if it drops to, you set it here. If it drops to add, you click on add alerts. If price drops to 19,800, please notify me. So it will let you know when it buys once. So once the price drops, it's going to pop up here and let you know. Then you come back to set your, click on sell, search for the same BTC. You click on sell here, then enter, click on maximum, enter the price you want to sell it. Please sell my BTC at 19,000.
Okay.
It will sell. You now select the maximum. It will show you what it will worth here. Then you click on sell. Now, somebody asked a question. I saw a response in the chat. If you are buying, for example, remember, this is BTC price now. If you are buying, look at the price. If you place your buy order above this, it will pick automatically.
Okay.
Did you understand? If you place your buy order above, just in case that's what the other question, the guy that asked question is futures trading is asking. If you place your buy order above this current price, if you are buying, it will buy immediately.
Okay, yes, that is true.
So if you are buying, you have to place your buy order below. If you are selling, you have to place your order, yes, above. So if you are also shorting in futures and you place your sell order below the current market price, it will pick automatically. Maybe that's what is happening to that guy.
Okay.
So now when you buy in sports, once your order pick, you will see it here. It will be in your spot wallet.
Okay.
So once it comes to your spot wallet, it's also expedient that you hold some BNB. If you check, I have small BNB here. This will take care of my transaction fee in spot trading. So once any trade closes, it will take small here. It will charge you lower when you're holding BNB. You have lower gas fee. The same thing is applicable when you are trading futures. You hold small. I have small BNB. Okay, my BNB has finished. I need to top up. So let me quickly transfer some BNB from my spots.
Can I change all my USDT to
BUSD? Of course, it's just to go and sell it. Sell it to. So I'm going to transfer to funding. Okay. So I want to transfer some BNB to my futures wallet so that my charge will be lower. So for those who are not in our let me drop the Telegram channel where we could get updates too. I'm not frequent. I only update information in Telegram, all the calls that we have. Our WhatsApp is filled up. So maybe we could also create further. So I don't know if I've answered you.
Yeah.
Are you clear now?
You were saying something gas. You were saying something gas fee or
yes,
charges.
I just transferred. If you need to hold small BNB, even if it's $10. So it's because once a transaction is run, once your transaction is completed, Binance charges. That's how exchanges make their money. Small, it's just a little percentage. So if you don't have gas fee, it will be taken from your trade. It will be taken from your USD. It will be taken from that particular coin that you want to sell or you want to execute. Do you get? So it's better you have, and higher will be taken. So if you have BNB, to the charges will be taken from the BNB that you have, but at a very low cost, maybe 20% or 10% discount from the supposed charge.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So you're welcome.
I'll try it. I'll try it this night or tomorrow morning.
That's fine. So Christopher Ekene, I'm quite exhausted. Christopher Ekene, please can we take your question? Then Kehinde will be taking the last question from Kehinde. Unmute and ask question.
Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. My question is now, for example, I have 100 USDT I am using to trade on cross margin in futures, and I want to expose 20% of my capital, my assets. So 20% of $100 is $20. Now
Yes,
I want to buy ENS at number one, 13,800, and I want to buy it number two at 13,500, and I want to buy third one at 12 or 13,200. But I want only to expose $20 out of my 100 USDT. So these three trees, how do I share it to make sure that
now go
my
ahead.
$20 is distributed?
So now, because you are buying using dollar cost averaging, now you need to extend a little. You need to use above 20% because you are going to even buy lower. Do you get? So you can now make use of 30%. 30% to buy. At that moment, your first buy should be 10%. If you first buy 10%, second buy 10%. Like what I mean is first buy use $10, second buy $10, third buy $10. So
No.
if you can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go on.
So if you are leveraging on only 2 buy, you can also use first buy 10%, second buy, you use first buy $10, second buy $20. Then if you also want to make use of maybe extra, let's say 40%, you cannot go and place it at the bottom, let's say ENS at $12. You know that for you to touch $12, BTC would have crashed up to 17. At that moment, your entire trade will still be safe. Besides, ENS does not dump. That's why I said trade coins that does not dump. It does not dump. Before it goes to even 11, market must return to zero. Like it must crash very well. That's why I don't trade. By the time ENS to do minus 10%, other pump and dump will be doing minus 20%. The coin does not dump. The same thing is applicable to ETC when we're trading ETC. Until ETC direction changed after Ethereum merge, I quickly leave that one. If anything happens to ENS and ENS direction changed, I will go and look for another Ethereum project and start trading and study the coin and start trading on it too. Do you now understand? So if you are buying lower, you might decide to use first buy. You can use first buy 10% to buy first buy. Then you can even extend to 40% because you are buying at bottom. So by the time it gets the market to start recovering. So when I emphasize on emphasis, first buy of your trade should not exceed 20%. So when you are buying at the first ENS at 18,800 and 13,800, it's a little bit up, 10% is okay. You're buying at 13,500. At 13,500, the chances that it will drop there within 24 hours, you can buy 20%. Then you can set another buy 13, you can set another buy at 12 just in case it gets to that place. But the one you're going to use to set at maybe the 40% you're going to use to set bottom should be in case market crashes and gets there. But we know certainly might not get there. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
So the idea is when you are buying at bottom, when you are buying, let's say if I decide to buy ENS at 13.5, I will not use 20%. I'm being frank with you because 13.5 is already low. If I'm buying ENS at 13.5, I'm going to use at least 30% of my wallet balance. Maybe it's only one I want to buy there. I don't want to buy at 18,500, 18,800. I will buy I will use 30% because I know that at that point it has dropped. Then maybe I can set another buy at 12. You saw I said $12 because I know the chance that to get $12, I don't know. But you know how market is, it can decide to crash any moment. It will get to 12. It got to 11,900. I think last week when we had a crash.
Okay. And now, when after if the trade peaks now, if the first trade peaks at 13,800, it will have its own liquidation price. Then if the second price is the second,
it will not have if that trade, if the first trade peak, it will not have liquidation price. If it peaks at 10%, it will not have liquidation price. Even if it peaks at 20%, it will still not have liquidation price.
Then when the second trade begin to peak, are they going to be a burden to the already
no, it's not going
positions?
to be a burden. No, it will recover. At that moment, the second trade, it has averaged it. Remember when the market dump, it does not dump and stay there. It gives a sharp dump and bounces back immediately.
It's all right.
So
Thank you for
when it peaks at 30%, you are already recovering stage, so you are safe.
okay. Thank you for the clearing us on how to use the edge mode now, because I was able to capture how you cleared on the hedge mode. And the hedge mode, what you need to do is to buy to use the resistance and the support levels.
Exactly.
And that is the secret.
Yes, that's the secret. So once you can make up your loss, you can close the trade. That trade I didn't show, that trade I had, and that my account I was reading minus 1,000. Let me see if I can go to it again. You see, my coin has entered loss. If I'm not on this call now, I would have I would have trailed the loss and still buy lower, but it's okay. This account now was account I had minus 1,000. So, but I'm building this account from that minus 1,000, it's now to 2,358. I have accounts too. The other of my phone, I can't share now. I started building, it's 2 weeks now. It was $600. Now the account is over $1,000. There is no running trade there. There is running at loss, no single trade. So how have I been able to achieve all of this? Just by discipline and patience and fearless. You have to discipline yourself to make a successful trader. One secret is don't pursue the markets. Don't short at a lower market, short at a higher market. You want to short, make sure that you are shorting at resistance. Don't short in the middle. So like you see my BTC, now I will still show us when my BTC peaked. If you're in the academy group, I will show us. You will see when my BTC short order will peak. I will screenshot and send. By the time it will pick now, I think that will be the last trade I will hold for that coin. I would have recovered my loss and close it. I have nothing to lose. So can we take further questions? Or the last person, I need to have more hands. I thought I have Kainde as the last question. Please, Kainde, can you ask?
All right. Good evening. Thank you very much. The class has been wonderful. So my question is still based on this hedging. So the very first step, you said we have to consider support and resistance. Then the second step is the amount. So take for example, the initial direction was a long. If I want to hedge and then, which means I'll be shorting. So will I have to use the exact amount, the exact margin I used in the initial direction for the second one?
I said it earlier, yes. For it to balance, if you don't use the exact margin, the loss will be, either the loss and profits will not be equal. The loss will still be increasing. So your margin has to be the same. Look at it. I've already set my position for the same price, 1,070. So the same price, so that this loss here will remain the same. So this one here, until you close this one, it will remain the same until you close this one.
Okay. All right.
Once you start hedging, you will no longer incur any other loss, because the one that is losing up, the one that is running positive will be making the same profit with the one that is running negative. Do you get? Do you understand? Hello? Can you hear me? Can we hear me? Okay, next question. Joyce, can you unmute yourself and ask question? Can some of us drop question in the chat as well?
Yes, please. Thank you very much. I'm actually one of the newbies. I can trade a little on spot. But this is my first time of joining your training on futures, and everything looks so, I don't understand, as if they are jargons, but I know that little by little I'll be able to get it. Now I have 3 questions in one. Please permit me to just ask the 3 at the same time. Please, can I go ahead?
Yes, but if it's also what I have referenced on, I will reference you back to the recorded version.
All right. Now, the first question I want to ask now, you are talking of you have to short it, you have to long it. Then on what you opened, we saw open long, open short. I want to understand what those things mean. Now I'm in the WhatsApp group. I saw when you dropped the trade, and now the trade is you have the thing is coming down. Like let's say it's okay, enter a trade with like 10 is at $10 and then take profit at $5. I don't understand that. Why did it be 5? Why am I taking profit at 5 when I'm supposed to take profit at a higher this thing? I don't know if you get it. Like I saw one that
I get.
that is the second one. Now, the last one is that I opened a Coupon account, and let's say they now give me like a bonus for KYC, and they said you have 1,000 USDT to trade futures as bonus. Can you help me know how I can trade with that 1,000 trial fund on futures so that I can raise money to trade in crypto? Because the thing is there, they said, okay, this is trial fund, 1,000 USDT future trading. So it means I can use it and trade free and make profit and take the profit. That's what I feel. So how do I go about it?
So first, I just want you to take your mind
raise money and start crypto trading.
First, I would say you should take your minds off those bonus. Even if I go to my Binance here, I will show you where they will give plenty bonus. I don't know the factors around those bonuses, but I'm sure that is not for free.
KYC.
You don't understand what I say. I'm very sure that those bonuses are not for you for free to get. So I don't know the factors. I don't trade
KYC. Crypto Queen, just get me, please. They said for verifying KYC.
You cannot. I will find out. I don't use KuCoin, but I'm just telling you, no exchange will give you $1,000 to trade for free. But I'll find out from those that are trading with KuCoin. But the truth is, there's nothing that goes for free from exchanges. So for the buying and selling, I have a futures videos that explain what those things be. But I'm going to do a brief summary of it.
Okay, so
I'm going to do. Can you listen?
Yes, ma'am.
So I have video that explains features from beginning to the end, and I know I've been sharing it. So in features is like it's perpetual. So as long as you don't close that trade or you are not liquidated, the trade keep running. So in futures is a method of speculation of price of an asset. You have an advantage of futures trading in futures than sports, because in futures, when you say long, you speculate that a price will go up, or you speculate that the price will go down. So that those calls that you will see buy long, it means that there's a prediction that the price is going to go up from the support zone where it is to another resistance level. Then where you see shorts, it means that a token has gotten to a resistance point where it's no longer going up, it's now going to drop. Then you pick it from there to short it. That's why you see the prices. Instead of the prices to be higher, short BTC from 20,000 and take profit at 19,800, take profit at 19, take profit at 18. This is what you know as short. You are now predicting at that moment, you are speculating that the price of that asset is dropping, no longer going up. That's the advantage futures traders have. Whether the coin is going bearish or whether the coin is going bullish, they are making profits from futures today. Have I answered you? Hello, Ma. Madam Joyce.
Now, so what you're saying now is that when you say long this, It means you're buying at a resistant price, and
No,
from that
you're buying at a support price. When
when
you
you
say
say
long,
long it, okay, you're
you are
buying at
buying
a
lower.
support price. Then
Yes.
when you say short,
You are buying at a resistance price.
okay, okay, all right, thank you very much. So for this one that I'm talking about now, how will I now use that money and trade now?
Are you in Digital Wealth Academy or you're in Crypto Queen Academy group?
Digital world. I can also join crypto to academy to learn, please.
Crypto Queen Academy group is filled up, but we could create another one, but it's filled up. So if you're in Digital Wealth Academy,
Drop the
then
link there.
I would advise you just tell me that you're the lady that have a bonus in KuCoin. I will ask one of my friends who trade with KuCoin about it.
Okay. Then if it's in an MEXC, if I have another one,
exchange. I don't
yeah,
trade with those exchange. I wouldn't just come and advise you against what I don't. I only buy coin. Like I know I have some coin in MX exchange. I have coin there that I'm holding.
not coin, but just for doing
No, I'm
KYC.
just telling you. I'm just saying I don't trade with those coins. And I don't trade with those exchange. I only buy coin and hold. Any coin that is not in Binance that is listed in those exchanges. I have a lot of coins in KuCoin. I'm just buying and holding there, hoping that one day they will be listed in Binance. Then I'll move it to Binance. I have coin in MX exchange. So
yes.
I'm also holding a coin there, not because I want to trade there. I will hold it there when it's listed in Binance. I'll move it to Binance. So those questions that the people that regularly, I have people that trade with those exchanges, I could ask. But the thing I want you to zero your mind that you don't have any.
The trade
You
they
don't want to
want
believe.
to trade the future.
You don't want to hear
Yeah.
that the money is not for free. That's the thing. But
No,
there's
I'm
no.
not saying it's for free, but since that, listen now, I'm new. I had to raise capital for trading. And now I did KYC and I'm saying I was told you have 1,000 trial fund for future trading. You understand? So what I'm saying, how can you help me to use it and trade so that I'll make something from it? And then
I'm
start
going
my
to.
normal
I said I
trading.
will find out for you, but those funds, they look like a fund that I don't know. If you lose part of that fund, you will pay back. You will refund. You have to.
No, I read through or I read through this thing. You don't have to.
Okay, let me ask questions. Okay.
So I can chat you up that. Just give me the permission.
I
That's
have
all.
people that I can ask questions about it. At least if I don't know, my mentors should know about it.
Okay, so I'll chat you up later, Abby.
That's fine, yes.
Oh, thank you very much, lady. You're too much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Wonderful. Can you unmute yourself and ask question?
Okay. Good evening, Crypto Queen. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, please.
Okay. First, I would like to commend the class because I've never, since the Zoom I've been attending, I've never seen someone broken it down to this extent. But I just have only 2 questions, right? Can I go on?
Go ahead.
Okay. Like now, there's a thing now you dropped in the group. You added like take profit up to 5. That is 5 take profit targets. Now my confusion now is if my trade hits the first take profit, it's going to close automatically and there will be no trade left to hit the second take profit. Like,
yes.
How do I do that? Yeah, that's the first question.
So now, when the coin start moving down to the take profit, first thing you're going to do is, if you don't want to take profit at first, you can also decide not to set your take profits or set your take profits. First of all, I would advise that you shouldn't exceed 1, 2 take profit or 3 maximum, because sometimes the take profits takes like 2 days, 3 days to hit target. Sometimes it takes within 24 hours to hit target. For me, you saw me took my profits for ENS earlier this morning before I even got to 14,200. That's why I don't lose my profit. I trail it. So you might decide to set your profit at take profit 4 or 2 or 4. Then you can decide to set alarm. You can decide to trail it. Once it enters take profit 1, you adjust. Once it's getting close to take profit 1, you adjust to take profit 2. Once it crosses take profit 1, you now trade your profit at take profits 1, so that if you start going against it, you will not lose everything. So you must not set at take profits 1. You can decide not to set stop. Sometimes I open a trade. Like if there's a coin that has gone so high, and I notice the RSI is 95, I don't say take profit for those kind of coin. I'll start shorting it and leave it within 24 hours. Then I will come and check it. Then by the time I come and check it, it would have done maybe 100% or 80% or 90%, because I know that that coin that has done so well would drop very well within 24 hours. So I don't even know where it's going to, but I know it's going to drop very well. So I better don't set take profit. But it is good that you set take profits. Take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, but always set take profit 2 and 3 maximum. Except you can stay in the market to control that take profits. Do you get? Do you understand, Marv? Wonderful. Hello, wonderful.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, do you understand?
Yes, I understand you perfectly. I understand you. But okay, my second question is, I don't know if you have videos on technical analysis. I would love to learn those.
I have some in my YouTube.
Okay, thank you. I'll check it out. Thanks for the explanation.
You're welcome. So Tony, please, can you ask questions?
Yeah, good evening, Crypto Queen. Saying you're wonderful is actually an understatement. You've been great. So my question was actually asked by the chap that just spoke before me now, but there's something I just wanted to confirm. That's why I didn't lower my hand. So what I understood from what you explained to his question, that's his first question, is because my problem was, if you have different points of profit, how do you, because when he hits one, the trade closes. So you said something about trailing, right? So that's how you do it. So I'll probably go I'll probably go study about that trading. I know I see it on Binance.
Let me drop a video. There's a trailing I did. I did a very direct, a very simple and clear video on trailing profit. Let me drop it now.
Okay, all right.
What is it? Okay, it's very clear. You understand it perfectly. So I'm dropping the link to it now. Please, I forgot to say, subscribe to my channel if you are here, at least to encourage my little efforts. So I dropped a video on how to trail profit.
All right.
So the last question, Techno, can you unmute yourself and ask question?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Techno is the last question here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really want to commend your efforts so far for the strengths, because it really surprises me that a woman was able to give a lecture for some hours like this, and I really commend your effort for that. Without wasting much time, I want to ask some few questions. The first one is that so the hedging concept is to trade the opposite of what you have traded, the same margin, the same leverage, and it must be on the cross mode, right?
Yes.
Okay. Secondly, because I've been in the space for over 2 years now. I saw you. I was able to, when you were sharing your wallet, I was able to see you holding Avalanche, Shiba, and Manam. This coin, do you see possibility of them doing 10 to 20x in the next bull market?
Those coins that I'm holding, and they are coins that it's not anyhow coins. So Avalanche is a good coin. Mana, all those things are, we know Mana is is what is it called? I'm forgetting this type of coin. Mana is a metaverse coin. So it's also a BS smart Binance Smart Chain coin. So these coins I'm holding, they are coins that has tendencies of doing well when market recovers. Do you get? So, and there were coins that I was trading. There was a time I traded Mana. On spot trading, I was trading Mana with $5,000 then, only Mana, because me, I'm a fan of, if I want to trade a coin, I like to maybe add money. I traded Mana on spot trading. Within 1 week, I made $2,000, only Mana. So there are coins that I took time to study movements and maybe their use case, they are good coins that could do better off in the futures. So these are coins that you keep buying now, buy small Avalanche, buy small Solana, buy small Mana, Gala. So we've listed some, like currently Web3 token are the token that are trending. I listed a couple of Web3 token the last time after our last Zoom. I could repost again. So some of those coins are the coins that Shiba too is going to have chances to do well. It's only the shit coin. Shiba is only shit coin I'm holding in my wallet.
Okay.
So
thanks so much for that beautiful answer. I was able to listen to you at the point when you were saying that when it comes to future trading, transactions in using BS than transactions using USDT. Do you get my question?
yes, your line is breaking.
Okay, let me repeat myself. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
can you hear me
please.
Now? Okay, I
Yes,
said when you were giving your lecture, at the point you said that BUSD is more stable than USDT. And not only that, when you are doing future trading, transaction fee for BUSD are far lower than transaction fee using a USDT pair.
Yes.
So you advise someone to convert USDT to BUSD before you use it for future trading?
Financial advice. It's just that it's more safer to stable coin than USDT.
Okay. Then the last question for now will be for the class. So before the class, you close the class finally.